Boy!
Get the dog!
Boy! Stop fighting!
Get the dog!
In the ranks of law enforcement, K-9 units have long been trusted partners in apprehending suspects. However, in moments of high tension, these dogs can sometimes make unexpected errors, misidentifying their targets. These incidents not only result in harm to innocent people, but also raise important questions about accountability and training procedures within K-9 units.
Ow! Good boy! What the fuck? Hit! Good boy!
That night in Salt Lake City, Jeffrey Ryans was standing in his own yard when he suddenly heard the command from a police officer. He received a warning, but only seconds later, without time to react, Ryans was attacked by the K-9 dog. In an instant, the dog clamped down on his leg, not letting go, even though he had no intention of resisting.
Hit! Good boy! Good boy!
Back right now.
Good boy!
Right now.
Ow! Good boy!
What the fuck?
Hit! Good boy! Good boy! Good boy!
Why are you guys doing this? Ow!
Good boy!
I'm a fucking Why are you crying?
Good boy!
As soon as the warning was issued, the officer ordered the dog to bite. Ryan screamed in pain as the K-9 bit deep into his leg, despite his lack of resistance.
What did I do? Oh my God! Ow!
You good, Kevin?
Ow! 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 Good. Stop!
House!
Holy shit!
House!
The incident occurred right in front of his yard, turning a familiar place into a horrifying crime scene. After the attack, Ryans had to undergo multiple surgeries and face the risk of amputation. His lawyer, Dan Garner, asserted that the officer's actions were unnecessary and caused undue pain to Ryans.
Ow! My fucking leg!
Kilo 851, we need medical for a dog bite.
Meanwhile, public outrage forced the police department to review the K-9 program, limiting them to search-only tasks.
Even when the dog starts to bite him, he's still just laying there.
To ease public opinion, Deputy Chief Jeff Kendrick promised to limit the use of K-9s in suspect arrests until the investigation is complete.
Kendrick told us they're limiting the use of police dogs during that time.
Just deploying them just for searches, but we do not want them to come in contact with any individuals.
On September 23, 2023, Minnesota police were dispatched to a scene following reports of two suspected burglars. Confident they could catch the two suspects, the officers brought along a K-9 named Gabe for tracking. Gabe was kept on a 20-foot leash, allowing for greater movement, but making it difficult for officers to control him, leading to a serious error.
Oh, there's a lady!
While searching the area, Gabe suddenly lunged and bit down on the arm of Desiree Collins, an innocent 53-year-old woman. Collins managed only a scream of pain as the dog bit deep into her arm, while officers tried to pull Gabe off of her.
We're trying to get you off.
Show, ma'am.
One officer hurriedly reassured her, but Collins continued to cry out in pain, and the officers promised to get medical help immediately. As a result, Collins was taken to the hospital with severe arm injuries. She later sued the police department and was awarded $520,000 for both physical and emotional injuries. The officer involved was suspended for just 1 day, sparking controversy over the adequacy of punishment and the K-9 training program. The incident raised questions about the safety of long leashes in uncontrolled environments and the ability to manage dogs in emergency situations. On July 24, 2024, during a joint operation to catch suspects who fled from a stolen car, Dayton police discovered two suspects who escaped on foot. An officer with a K-9 pursued the suspects. However, when the dog was commanded to attack, it mistakenly bit the officer himself 3 times, twice on the legs and once on the head.
No! Him! On the ground! Hey, no! What? No!
Though injured, the officer managed to control the situation and successfully apprehended the suspect. After the incident, the officer used a light strike to correct the canine before resuming the mission. The dog was unhurt, but the officer needed medical attention for the injuries caused by the dog. The two teenage suspects were taken to the Juvenile Justice Center. The incident highlights the risks of using canines in suspect pursuits, especially when the dog is not tightly controlled. The canine's mistaken bite emphasizes the need for improved training to prevent similar accidents, ensuring the safety of both officers and suspects. On July 4, 2023, police in Columbus, Ohio
Okay, I'm coming to a stop.
attempted to stop Jadarius Rose, a 23-year-old from Memphis, Tennessee, due to a missing mud flap. Rose did not comply and led police on an extended chase. After being stopped on Route 35, Rose remained in his vehicle despite repeated orders from officers. When Rose finally stepped out with his hands raised, police directed him to approach.
Hey, that's a dog! Come to me! You don't want bit! On the ground, you're gonna get bit. Come to me, man!
Do not let them, don't release the dog. Do not release the dog with his hands up. Do not release the dog with his hands up. Do not release the dog with his hands up. Don't. Do not get the dog off of it.
Despite repeated warnings not to release the canine with Rose's hands up, Officer Ryan Speakman deployed the dog, which immediately attacked Rose.
Here! Down! Down! Here, nay! Nay, here! Down! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Get it out!
Amid Rose's painful screams, another officer shouted for the dog to be removed.
Off of it! Get the dog off of it!
Get the dog!
Rose was then treated at a hospital and charged with non-compliance. Officer Speakman's release of the dog caused public outrage, leading to his dismissal on July 26, 2023 for violating standards and expectations. This incident highlights issues of judgment and control in deploying canines. Ignoring warnings, releasing the dog in this situation not only caused unnecessary injury to Rose, but also heightened public concern over the level of force used by law enforcement.
Put your hand back. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Get the first aid.
On May 29, 2021,
Stop! Hey, move! Stop! Get the dog off!
Kern County Police received a report of a stolen GMC Sierra. When officers arrived at Wright Avenue, they found the vehicle parked with a group of people standing around it. Police approached to initiate a high-risk stop, and when they instructed the driver to stop, he continued another 20 feet before coming to a complete halt, further escalating the situation. An officer immediately ordered the group to raise their hands to control the situation.
King 2 is going to be a westbound stop on the street that's east and west. West of, I believe it's going to be Rogers. Hey, if you take off, bro, you're surrounded, man.
As officers approached, a man from the group seemed to be trying to communicate with the driver of the stolen vehicle. The officer retained control of his canine and continued to order the individuals to keep their hands visible.
Hey, hold right here. Hey!
While securing the group, another officer accidentally opened the door of his car, causing a second canine to run out and bite a nearby individual.
Hey, hold right here. Hey!
My bad.
Hey!
Bowie low! Bowie low!
Bowie! Bowie! Stop fighting!
Cover the car!
Stop! Move!
serious? Get him off my arm!
Stop, I'm getting him.
I got you. Get him off my arm, officer. Get him off. Relax. Grab my arm. Grab my arm, officer. God damn, God, fucking arm. Look at my arm. Relax. What the man? Hey, are you serious?
The person screamed as the dog bit into his arm while officers struggled to control the dog. After the canine was pulled off, the injured individual was taken for medical treatment and later released. This incident led to the temporary suspension of the involved canine and a review of training protocols to prevent similar errors in the future.
Stop, I'm getting him.
Get him off my arm, officer. Get him off. You grab my fucking arm. You grab my fucking arm, officer.
Damn it.
Man.
Auto. Auto.
In June 2023 in Payson,
Corso.
a tragic mix-up occurred when police deployed Canine Corso to assist in stopping a drunk driver.
Get bit by the dog. Get down on the ground. Corso.
Observing the heavy police presence, Joseph Terborg, a nearby resident, came outside to see what was happening. However, the canine attacked Joseph instead of the suspect, leaving him with 51 severe arm wounds.
Ignored the suspect, attacking a bystander instead.
The first thing I remember him saying is, "It's only a dog bite," when he pulled it off of me. And that really hurt, you know. Nobody called an ambulance for me. It's his fault. The dog had no clue.
Joseph received no apology from the police, which only fueled his anger and led him to file a lawsuit against the department. A year later, he reported lingering pain and trauma. His lawsuit was dismissed due to an administrative error, and Joseph plans to appeal. This incident underscores the importance of canine training and handling skills in situations with bystanders. This error, causing serious injury to an innocent bystander, highlights the need for accountability and improved management when deploying police dogs in public operations. During a traffic stop in Canton, police discovered the driver had unauthorized plates and potentially a concealed weapon. An officer warned that they would break the car window and release the canine if the driver did not cooperate, making Wagner, the driver, tense but still refusing to provide information.
You're obligated to give him your information.
Well, I understand he has a legal reason, but he does not have a lawful reason. I'm just a private man.
But the driver, 45-year-old Ronald Wagner, refuses politely but stubbornly to give his name, address, or answer any questions, citing his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
You don't have the right to not provide your information. It's actually a crime and it's arrestable.
After several warnings with no response, police broke the car window, released the canine inside, and restrained Wagner with force.
I'm telling you as we speak, you are going to be bit by this canine.
Officers smashed the windows and let the dog loose.
Still it's your hands! Still it!
I got it, sorry.
Stop that! Stop fighting my dog! Roll over on your stomach!
Wagner's family reported that he required a second arm surgery from the dog bite and criticized the excessive force used by police. This incident raises questions about the necessity and importance of evaluating situations before using canines.
I just think they overdid it. That's all. He's a good kid. He's a good boy. He really is.
He was polite to him.
Yes.
Everything. I just don't understand it.
This injury highlights the need to consider safe and appropriate restraint methods. In April 2016, Albuquerque police were searching for an aggravated battery suspect in a neighborhood near Gibson and Louisiana.
Across someone inside a tent that was behind the building where police were looking for the suspect. The dog attacks that person.
Using a canine without a leash, they accidentally had it attack Raymond Roberts, an innocent bystander in a tent behind a building.
Can you see your hands? Okay.
The officer realized Roberts didn't match the suspect's description. Roberts later filed a lawsuit, citing lasting injuries to his arm.
What's your name?
That person was Raymond Roberts. An officer is seen revisiting the scene of the attack and telling another officer he lost sight of his dog and that his dog attacked the wrong person.
It was a male suspect that did not match the description of our subject.
Now, Roberts is suing the department. The lawsuit says the dog hurt him so badly, he still has trouble using his arm.
This misidentification highlights the risks of using unleashed canines in uncontrolled settings, underscoring the need for improved training and control to protect bystanders.
Damn it! Hang on to it!
During a drug checkpoint on I-40, Oklahoma County officers ordered driver Jianping Liang to secure her 2 dogs inside her vehicle. Instead of complying, Liang opened the door, allowing one dog to lunge at an officer.
Leashes? Okay, let's get the leashes and let's get your dogs. I don't want our dogs fighting with your dogs.
But instead of securing them, investigators say Liang stalls.
Sam, let's get the leashes and get going.
Yeah,
you already have the inside zipped up.
I'm still so cold.
Okay, man.
After several additional requests, Liang is seen opening the door. Her dog makes a beeline for the deputy.
Oh my gosh, she's letting him go. Damn it! Hang on to it. Hang on to it. We're not going to kill him. Hang on a minute. You got him?
Resulting in multiple bites that required stitches. Despite the officer's experience with canine units, the dog attacked so quickly that he had no time to react.
Requiring stitches, once under control, the officers do their best to calm the animal.
Hang on, buddy.
And in this case, we found out that this dog had been trained specifically as an attack dog.
Once the situation was under control, officers found that the dog had attack training and discovered 100 pounds of marijuana in Liang's vehicle. She now faces multiple charges related to drug possession and transportation. This incident underscores the dangers of unrestrained animals during police enforcement, especially attack-trained dogs. The event highlights the need for strict animal control protocols to protect officers and the public in high-stress encounters. In August, Columbia County Jail in Oregon deployed K-9 LARS to restrain inmate Christopher Bartlett, a detainee with a suspected mental illness and history of aggression. When Bartlett resisted being moved, Officer Ryan Dews released LARS, who seized Bartlett by the arm, bringing him to the ground and holding him for about 20 seconds until ordered to release. The officer praised LARS for his performance. This event has fueled debate about using K-9 force on inmates with mental health concerns. While Sheriff Jeff Dickerson maintained that the K-9's use ensured safety for staff and inmates, questions remain about appropriate restraint measures, particularly with vulnerable individuals. Kyle Maxwell, a legally blind resident of First Congregational Church in Cooper Young, Memphis, was cleaning his kitchen when police officers burst in, tackled him to the ground, and allowed their K-9 to attack him.
Help! We're gonna help you. Who is this? I didn't know what was going on. And I just knew that several men were holding me down, that a dog was biting me.
Relax. What are you doing here?
I live here.
Police mistook Maxwell for a burglar after church staff had reported a break-in at the food ministry section of the church. 6 officers, accompanied by a K-9 unit, had announced their entry, following standard procedure. However, due to the church's large layout with multiple adjoining buildings, the warning did not reach Maxwell's part of the building.
Are you the Jew? Yes. Are you the guy that we just saw? We told you to stay inside.
I was terrified. I thought I was about to die.
Maxwell is then handcuffed. Another tenant hears the commotion.
Hey, do you know this? What are you doing?
That's when police realized Maxwell wasn't the burglars they were looking for. It wasn't the man they encountered in the sanctuary either. The man they put in handcuffs was just a man in his kitchen. Officers told Internal Affairs they weren't given clear information. All they knew was that no one was supposed to be inside the building except for one person on the 3rd floor.
This incident highlights the tragic consequences of a rushed and poorly coordinated police response. Officers entered the wrong area without confirming Maxwell's identity and caused harm to an innocent person in his own residence. Not ensuring that their announcement could be heard by Maxwell led to a terrifying experience for him. The officers' actions failed to follow procedural safeguards, inflicting both physical and psychological trauma on Maxwell. The absence of clear communication in a complex setting like the church highlights critical shortcomings in police training and coordination. This incident underscores an urgent need to improve emergency response protocols to prevent such harmful errors. Cases of mistaken canine attacks leave the public uneasy and highlight the need for improved training protocols to minimize risks. Strengthening the dog's recognition and control abilities not only ensures civilian safety, but also enhances the effectiveness of law enforcement teams in these high-stakes situations.